It's time now for the Peter Channel Sunday Morning News on this Sunday morning, March 6, 2016. Good morning to you all on this lovely Sunday morning, March the 6th, 2016. Here now, your news and eyes here. Top story at 8 a.m. on this Sunday morning is Washington, where Donald Trump and Ted Cruz claimed 2 Super Sunday victories each won. Democratic Party senators also scored a pair of morale boosted wins, and Hillary Clinton won one state. Trenton, Republican presidential frontrunner Donald Trump apparently is done advocating for the U.S. to fight terrorism with methods such as waterboarding. Bratislava, Slovakia's Will Party, ruling on anti-migrant platform, has lost its majority in parliamentary elections that also saw the success of far-right extremists, according to the results announced on Sunday. Baghdad, Islamic State has claimed responsibility for a suicide attack when explosive land and truck on an Iraqi police checkpoint at the entrance of the city of Ilis, south of Baghdad, who killed and wounded at least 60 people. Louis C.K. penned a fierce screed against the Republican presidential candidate compared Donald Trump to hit the openings with collection of this first encounter is pure gold. Turkey's biggest newspaper, Zaman, has published an edition carrying pro-government articles 2 days after being taken over by authorities. Liam Fox has demanded explanation from the government after British Chambers of Commerce suspended the boss by remarks about EU referendum. Austrian Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull backed away from a pledge by one of the senior ministers on Sunday that the government would hold a public vote on same-sex marriage later this year and is re-elected. Kabul, Afghanistan President Ashraf Ghani said on Sunday that the Islamic State group has been defeated in the eastern parts of the country where it has been taken over some remote districts. A group of people slammed into a car into a Petaluma, California gun shop Saturday and stole several firearms according to the local police. Oakland, California, 70 teachers who showed up at a school board meeting here recently in metric green and black t-shirts paraded in a circle of children. Charter schools are not public schools. Washington, the Supreme Court finally blocked the enforcement of a Louisiana law that could force all but one of the state's abortion clinics to close, a sign that a similar law as Texas also could be in peril. A Marine died early Saturday morning after the boat was capsized near the county of Marine Corps Base, Hawaii, a base spokesman confirmed. Beijing, China's economy is intended for a hard landing and is dragging on the global economy. China's top economic planner said on Sunday that uncertainty and stability in the global economy to impose the risk of the country's growth. Dubai, according to Rand, sentenced to death Iranian businessman Babak Zanjani and 2 accomplishments of the judge said on Sunday. In that case, widely watched to the billionaires prominent. Flint, Michigan, for Hillary Clinton, the city hosted a Sunday's Democratic debate is a place whose children were poisoned by toxic water because the governor wanted to save a little money, but also she declared on Super Tuesday. The U.S. trade deficit grew more expected to generate as experts helped off. President default and the imports had been a slow and global economy. Commerce Department data release Friday showed. Western Massachusetts Sue Lorna, director of the Autism Research Center in West Boylston, knows how exhausted can be care for an autistic child, and Lori Teddy, senior director of benefits at applicant-based EMC Corporation, knows how to create an environment that works for employees dealing with a disability. As ARC director, Ms. Lord is advocate for workplace issues such as EMCs meet employees' need for more help as well as business need for best practices, as companies should be aware of the impact of having an autism family member on their employees. Ms. Lord said. The Swimmingtown orangutans have heard about a loss of the natural habitat. A fossilized lizard found in Southeast Asia preserved ever dates back to some 99 million years before the scientists had determined it could hold the specimen of kind of missile lake. For reptile researchers, U.S. astronaut Scott Kelly said finding his battles in taking super sensitive skin, but his background is noble eye after nearly a year in space. Manila, Philippines. The Philippine government says that an American workman who visited the country and generally tested positive for Zika virus in the United States. Chicago, 2 new studies bolster evidence that feeding babies peanuts have algae and roots and foods that more likely to protect them to cause problems. Express evidence and urgent call for rethink the way of crucial HIV prevention drugs prescribed for male and female patients. Society has mixed feelings about gray hair. The first gray hair you can see is usually to cause a rush off to the hairdresser, despite how we can look at pictures of celebrities with gray hair. We regard them as weird, fine, and elegant. Sources are not saying 1 dead, 6 injured result should have been seen at Washington Avenue in Chelsea. Peter Childers at 8:05 on this Sunday morning. Time now for a spot report. Last night, the Boston Bruins followed the Washington Capitals 2-1 in overtime, while the Boston Celtics ran into the LeBron James buzzsaws as they followed the Cleveland Cavaliers 120-103. Rory McIlroy went to the Cadillac Championship at Thrill, insisted that everything about his game was solid, his ability to contend wrestling so in his mental game. Kobe Bryant is considered questionable in the final game against Golden State Tudu as sore shoulder, but he's already done more than enough. After Yale players had celebrated with the Bear Evans at the scrum of Center Court, the Ivy League's executive director, Robert told them they wanted to congratulate you being an outright champion as Yale finally has an Ivy title to call with this on its way to its first NCAA tournament since 1962. Peter Childers is out 8:06 and it's time now for a Trevor report on this Sunday morning. Let's start off down in Rhode Island, where it's looking good at highways and byways of the Ocean State. Eastern Massachusetts highways are looking good. On 93 the northbound side up in Manchester, you'll get an accident before Route 101 and so expect some delays here. Mass Park interchange with I-91 in Chicopee and 291 in Springfield a little slow. But otherwise, Massachusetts, Connecticut, and Rhode Island highways are looking good. Then down in New York City, Long Expressway, westbound side, it is slow between the Rego Center to the Grand Avenue in the Queens due to a couple of accidents here around 495, around Route 25 in the Queens, so expect some delays here. Brooklyn Battery Tunnel on the northbound side, it's a little slow. I-87 on the southbound side, it's a little slow around Route 95 in the Bronx. But otherwise, all the highways and byways in New York City are looking good. Up in Albany, it's looking good as the freeway is looking good from New York City all the way out to the Pennsylvania border. Highways, Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine are looking good on this Sunday morning. Okay, let's take a look at MBTA alerts. Subway system is looking good on the commuter rail. Pittsburgh train 2400 is not operating 40-45 minutes beyond schedule between West Concord and Porter Square due to an earlier signal problem. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Peter Childers is out 8:08 in the morning time on this Sunday morning, and it is time now for a weather report. And it is going to be a stellar Sunday on tap. Despite being in the 40s, but I see a warm-up coming in the makings there as the 7-day forecast goes like this. For today, most skies for mid-morning and gradual clear high about 43 degrees. Sky will become northwest at 6 miles in the morning. Today, mostly clear sky low about 24 degrees, light and variable wind. For Monday, parts of the podcast got about 36 degrees. Southwest about 5 to 14 miles gust high. Straight 9 miles shift to 3 to 8 miles. For Tuesday, parts of the podcast got high about 60 about 41 degrees. Light and variable wind. For Wednesday, most of the city, most skies got high about 70 low about 50 degrees. Thursday, chance of showers, most skies got about 64 41 degrees. Chance 45%. Friday, most of the podcast got about 50 34 degrees. And for Saturday, most of the skies got about 54 degrees. Currently here, Naughton it is overcast and 32, humidity 52%, and we're seeing a couple of little snow showers off Wells, Maine, stretching all the way off the eastern Massachusetts coast and stretching off trail on the Cape Downs here, and also seeing some spotty range snow showers east of Block Island and Rhode Island. And seeing some spotty snow showers from Austin, New York, stretching all the way from New Jersey and stretching it around Sparta all the way out to Montgomery, New Jersey, and stretching to Mountain Pond, and we're at Long Branch in New Jersey, and up in the Long Beach on Long Island in New York. And that is going to be it for the Peter Channel Sunday Morning News on this Sunday morning, March the 6th, 2069. Peter Woods will be have a good morning and a good presentation. I'll see you for an afternoon news report. Have a good Morning.